Arsenal take on West Ham tomorrow in the Premier League. The game before the international break. We've got Miles Lewis-Skelly, Declan Rice, Eberechi Eze and Bukayo Saka all getting the call up for England. But we're here to talk about Arsenal. And I mean, tomorrow, tricky game against West Ham. I mean, they are like 19th in the Premier League table. One of the worst sides in the Premier League this season. But Arsenal's record in the Premier League at home to West Ham has been ridiculous. I mean, if we look here to the head-to-head, the last 2 years, Arsenal, at their best, being one of the best teams in the entire Premier League, yet to beat West Ham at home. It's ridiculous. I mean, Arsenal, recently, just last year, we lost 1-0 to West Ham. Bowen getting the goal and Miles Lewis-Skelly getting that silly red card. Kudus was one-on-one. He drags him down. It was a definite red card. And we lost 1-0 at the Emirates. Everyone thought we were going to walk them over. And we didn't. But that's not the only game. Arsenal lost 2-0 against West Ham. And Mavropanos scored against Arsenal. I mean, this game was ridiculous. If you look here, look at the possession. We had 30 shots, 5 big chances, yet to score against West Ham. I mean, we've gone 2 games at the Emirates. They've beaten us 3-0 in those games combined. We have not scored a goal against West Ham in the last 2 years at the Emirates. I mean, it's ridiculous. But if we do look at the lineup from back then, we had no Gyökeres. I mean, we had Martinelli. We had Trossard in the midfield with Ødegaard and Declan Rice. I mean, one thing about Declan Rice against West Ham since he's joined Arsenal, at the Emirates, he's been poor. I mean, he scored a worldie at their stadium. But at the Emirates, in his first game at the Emirates against West Ham, he conceded a penalty. Luckily, David Raya saved it, but I mean, he needs to up his game. We had Zinchenko. I mean, Ben White, yes, he was very good this season. But I mean, even if you look at the substitutes, we had Nketiah, Nelson, and Smith Rowe all coming on off the bench. I mean, if you look at them now, Nketiah playing for Crystal Palace, he scored yesterday. Well, Smith Rowe, he's on the bench for Fulham. And then Nelson, does he even start for Brentford? I do not know. But we're talking about tomorrow. And tomorrow's game, if we look at the preview, the predicted lineup as followed. David Raya with goal, no questions about it. Timber, best right back in the league by far. There's not a right back in this league that comes close to him. He does everything on the pitch, offensively and defensively. No questions about that. Saliba and Mosquera. Now, Gabriel, there were doubts if he was injured. He came off injured against Olympiacos. But according to Mikel Arteta, it's not too serious. He was in training today. Pictures were out that he was in training, so he should be fine. But I don't mind Mosquera starting. Calafiori. Now, Miles Lewis-Skelly played unbelievable against Olympiacos. He was fantastic. The crosses, the dribbling, he's so good at getting fouls, especially in tight areas where we look like we're going to lose the ball. He can just get a foul like that, and with the pressures off. I mean, Calafiori, though, he's been one of our best players this season, so it is a bit unfair on Miles Lewis-Skelly, but when you have such a good squad, this is what comes with it. You're going to have players missing out. I mean, we had Waneri literally not even being in the squad, not even on the bench against Newcastle. So big players are going to miss out. In the midfield, Declan Rice against his former club, he needs to step up tomorrow. We have Zubimendi. He's played a lot of minutes, and in my opinion, I would start Norgard. Now, yes, we can't underestimate West Ham, but Norgard, there's nothing wrong with Norgard. I mean, he was Brentford's captain last year. One of Brentford's best players, apart from Mbeumo and Wissa. I mean, he's a Premier League proven player. I don't see why he can't start against West Ham. Give Zubimendi a little rest. He's played 90 minutes week in, week out, whether it be the Champions League or the Premier League. I mean, he's been unbelievable this season. One of my favourite players so far. Then we have Ødegaard. I mean, Ødegaard against Olympiacos. What a cameo that was. The passes that he was doing in between the lines was unbelievable. And you saw, when he's not fixated to that right-hand side, he thrives. I mean, he was all over the pitch on Wednesday. I mean, he was so good. So good. And I would love to see that performance again against West Ham and throughout the entirety of the season. In at right wing, Bukayo Saka, no doubts. I mean, Madueke injured, not back till November. Max Dallman, too young to start, and Saka's been our best player. Got the goal against Olympiacos. He's back, he's ready, and I think he should start. Gyökeres up top. I mean, he's been working effortlessly. I mean, he's been fantastic. Non-stop running, 90 minutes, week in, week out. But we have no striker to back him up, unless you want to play Marino. But I don't think any Arsenal fan wants to see Marino up top starting in the Premier League, especially when we have a guy who scored 97 goals in 102 games for Sporting. And then on the left, you could either have Trossard, Martinelli, but Eze, according to FootMob, he is going to be predicted to start. And in my opinion, I would start Eze. He's like, when he comes on against Newcastle, against Man City, against Olympiacos, he's just fantastic. He's been unbelievable. And one thing that I did not notice about his game is his long range passing. I mean, those diagonal balls that he did to Saka, to Martinelli for his goal against Manchester City. I mean, the penalty that got disallowed against Newcastle, that all came from Eze. Long ball over the top, in between the midfielders and the defenders for Newcastle, right into Bukayo Saka's feet, who then lost the ball, but then the mistake happened and Gyökeres capitalised on it. But I don't know how it was a penalty. But we're talking about West Ham here. I mean, for West Ham, the threats are there. They've got Diouf. I mean, Diouf. I mean, I watched him against I watched him against Everton, and oh my days, he looks like a proper threat. With Somerville on that left-hand side, Timber, Saka, Ødegaard, they all have a lot of work to do because they will be a threat on the counter-attack. Paqueta, yes, he's good. Bowen is a big threat. He's been their danger man for many years now, and he's caused Arsenal a lot of problems over the years. But apart from that, who else do they have? I mean, their defense looks terrible. Areola, not a good keeper. Kilman, Mavropanos, average centre-backs. Kyle Walker-Peters, they have no Wan-Bissaka. I'm pretty sure he is still injured. And then, it's just... Fulkrug is dog shite, by the way. He's rubbish. I don't know how he made it to a Champions League final, by the way. He is absolute poo. But, yeah, I mean, the player's injured. Hincapié, still not back. He won't be back until after the international break. Jesus, still recovering from that ACL. Kai Havertz and Madueke won't be back till November. It says mid-October for Kai Havertz, but he's not back till November, sorry. And then, if you look at the recent form, Arsenal won 4 out of last 5 games, unbeaten in our last 5 games, actually. I mean, 2-0 to Olympiacos. It was such a dominant start. Then we did slack off a bit, and we invited the pressure. They did score an offside goal, but we were lucky that it was offside. And then Saka, obviously, in the 92nd minute. Arsenal against Newcastle, best performance of the season. In my opinion, we were fantastic. Mikel Arteta released the handbrake, and look what happened. I mean, 2-1, brilliant game. Over the years, Newcastle, West Ham, Fulham have all been our bogey sides, and we've got them back to back to back. And tomorrow, is a big test to see if we can overcome that mid-block and actually win the game. Obviously, Port Vale, that was a comfortable win. That was a standard win. We had to win that, and we did. Man City, the only odd performance. I mean, we should have won that, especially with Man City's start to the season. They lost 2 on the bounce coming into that game, and we drew. Not only did we draw, we had to scrape it in the 93rd minute. I wasn't happy with that performance, but happy to get the point. And then Athletic Club, 2-0, opening Champions League game. It was always going to be tough, but we got the result in the end. But if you look at West Ham's performances, apart from that Nottingham Forest performance, it's been dreadful. I mean, Nottingham Forest, they're terrible in itself. I mean, Ange Postecoglou, he's rubbish. Nottingham Forest fans are already turning on him. But then they lost to Wolverhampton Wanderers, who are bottom of the table, by the way, in the Carabao Cup. They lost 3-0 to Spurs. Spurs, I mean, as much as I hate them, they're not too bad, but they are still not the best of sides. Crystal Palace, I mean, they're 19 games unbeaten. And then Everton, not a bad result. To be fair, now looking at their fixtures, apart from Nottingham Forest and Wolverhampton Wanderers, every single of those games are quite difficult. Everton at their new stadium, the fans are going to be buzzing. But yeah, I mean, they've just been poor this entire season. And if we look at the table, they sit down in 19th. Winning 1 game against Nottingham Forest, drawing 1 game against Everton, and then losing 4 of those games. They've only scored 6 goals this season, conceding 14. And if you look at Arsenal's, we've scored 12 goals, the second most in the Premier League behind Manchester City, and we've conceded the least amount of goals. West Ham are going to have 0 chances. I'm telling you, they're either going to have 1 chance, but if they don't take it, I don't see them scoring. But Arsenal, we're going to have to keep applying pressure, and eventually we all get that goal. I do think tomorrow we'll be frustrated for the first 30 minutes. I do think West Ham are going to set up in a mid-block and just they're going to accept the pressure. But Arsenal just have to overcome it, whether it's a corner, a penalty, a crossing, maybe some tiki-taka football. I do believe we will win, and I do believe we will win very comfortably, 3 or 4-0. But we shouldn't underestimate them. They've beaten us twice on the bounce at the Emirates, and they also beat us in the Cup not too long ago. I think they beat us twice in that 23-24 season, and that season was arguably our best season. We had 89 points. But yeah, that is my match preview. Let me know your thoughts on tomorrow's game. I can't wait. Sad it's a 3 p.m. kickoff. I just hate the blackout. I mean, why can't you watch games at 3 p.m. kickoff? In the UK, you cannot watch 3 p.m. kickoffs, but anywhere around the world you can. Yeah, these games they are played in England, but we can't watch them. It's ridiculous. But that is my match preview. Let me know down in the comments below. Can't even speak. What your score predictions are. I'm going for a 4-0 Arsenal win. Gyökeres, I hope he gets a double. Saka's gonna get a goal, and then let's go for a Gabriel header if he does start. But yeah, thank you. Make sure you leave a like and a subscribe. I'll see you for my match reaction.